The cost of textbooks is soaring. In fact, it is up 1,000% in the last 4 decades, and the rising cost of textbooks has caught the attention not only of faculty, parents, and students, but also the government of the state of Ohio. Miami University, of course, shares this concern because we want learning to be accessible to all of our students, and we want them to be able to focus on learning and have the course materials that are needed in order to advance learning and to perform well in the classroom.
So textbook affordability issues impact both students and faculty. Students, of course, when they struggle to complete their assignments without having the required textbook because they can't afford it. And then for faculty, the challenges they may face in trying to teach the students when they don't have all the learning materials required for the course. There's some things that faculty members can do to help address textbook affordability. One is just to think about the cost of the textbook as they're selecting it. If it is a higher price textbook, looking to see if maybe there's a comparable version at a cheaper price that they could use instead. Allowing students to use a previous version of the textbook will always allow them to save a little bit of money. Also, placing a copy of the textbook on reserve in the library allows students to access the book, whether they're simply unable to afford it, or even if maybe they left their copy at home, they know they can go to the library and get it free there. So another expense students could incur in higher education is the cost of course packs. Course packs usually include things like book chapters or articles. Students purchase them from the bookstore or the local copy center. Sometimes they cost $15, $20, $30, but course packs can be as expensive as $100 or $120. The reason behind that cost is students are paying for the manufacturing of the course pack, the paper, the ink, the labor that went into it, but also the copyright permissions that are associated when an organization like a bookstore or a commercial copy shop have to pay permissions for the reuse of those works. So with the course pack consultation service, it was our goal to try to find a way that we could reduce the cost of course packs or eliminate those costs completely for students. Often the readings that are included in the course pack are readings that the faculty member got from the library, so articles they downloaded from our databases or book chapters from books in the library collections. The way the course pack consultation service works is that a librarian sits down with a faculty member and goes through the readings in the course pack one by one. The first thing we take a look at is what resources are included in the course pack that are legally and freely available through the library's online collections, so articles in our databases or chapters out of electronic books. As we find those, we take links to those resources and place them in the faculty member's content management system page so that they're readily available to students. If the readings aren't legally and freely available to students through the library, the next thing we take a look at is what readings could we make available in compliance with U.S. copyright law. We use the Fair Use statute found in Section 107. We review those readings. If they fall within the scope of the Fair Use statute and the 4 factors of fair use, then we make an accessible version of that reading and place it within the faculty member's course page. For all other works which we either can't link to or don't fall within the scope of fair use, we'll reach out to the person who is the rights holder of the work and ask their permission to include a copy of the work in the faculty member's content management page. So usually between those 3 options, either linking to the work within the library's offerings, making a copy freely available to students under the Fair Use statute, or getting permission to make a copy of that reading available to students, we can almost totally eliminate the cost of the course pack. So if a faculty member is interested in taking a look at the cost of their course pack as a way to reduce costs for students in general, I would recommend that they reach out to their campus librarian. Let them know what they're interested in doing and see if they can sit down with them and go through their course pack reading by reading. See which works are made available through the library's online offerings. If there's a copyright librarian on staff, they can help the faculty member learn more about fair use and how it might be able to be utilized to make the readings freely available to students, or assist them with permissions request. The attorneys in the institution's Office of General Counsel could also help with copyright and answering questions about how works can be made available to students legally in compliance with the law.
I think one of the reasons that this initiative works so well at Miami is that academic affairs and provost office, faculty, and the librarians are working hand in hand to make this work across the university.